Great rising, everyone. Hello. Happy Sunday. Oh, wow. It's a beautiful day in Zamunda. Today is my son's graduation, June 28th. Or is it? Yeah, today is the 28th. And we're preparing for my son's graduation. But I just wanted to stop and do this video because it was fresh on my mind, regarding, knowing thyself, making the connection, and coming up with a plausible story that resonates and makes sense. Throughout my journey, I always was a truth seeker. I wanted to find the truth. I wanted to find the truth. I wanted to know the truth. I just wanted to know. And as a result of that, things started to come in alignment. As I raised my vibration, it seems as if that was a time that the truth that I needed to know at the frequency level that I needed to attain that particular truth, it'll just come at that given moment so that I can have it. Because we all have our highs and we have our lows depending on the beliefs that we subscribe to, So I wanted to say this to everyone in terms of putting the pieces together to come up, with this story, right? One of the most important things in regards to being successful, as is determined in this dimension, is that you have to know and understand what you are subscribing to, because your subscriptions are your beliefs. And if you believe in anything, then ultimately whatever you believe in or whatever you subscribe to is going to manifest itself into your reality. You're going to see these things. You're going to experience these things, because at a frequency level, that is the frequency that you resonate on. That is the frequency that you believe in. So that's what you're going to attract. You attract who you are. You attract how you vibrate. You attract what frequency that you are on. And if we can just simply get the sense of understanding that everything is vibration, everything is frequency, everything is resonance, right? If we can, vibration, frequency, resonance, energy, right? If we could just wrap our minds around that universal truth, or that universal law, however you want to put it, if we can wrap our minds around that, then we would move at a different in a different way, and we will become more conscious in a different space. And with that level of consciousness that you have, with that particular understanding, you'll be particular about what you subscribe to from an energetic perspective, from a vibratorial perspective, from a frequency perspective, because then you'll become a little bit more psychoanalytical in terms of what frequency does this resonate on? Because now you're going to be using the inner self, the inner you, to determine whether or not if this is a high frequency or if it's a low vibratorial frequency, right? So we have to first come into that understanding that everything is energy, everything is vibration, everything is resonant, everything is frequency. Frequency is the most important thing, right? If we understand that aspect, then that will surely change the dynamics of how we perceive things that are around us. And the perception ties into what we subscribe to. So if you subscribe to racism, if you really truly believe that racism exists, that frequency is going to go out, and you're going to be inundated with racial situations, racial experiences, with other people. The news is going to inundate you with racial, because you subscribe to it. You believe in it, right? So your belief is going, because we are powerful beings, your belief the powers within you is going to create that reality to exist for you. So can you imagine if we decided to subscribe to something else, right? So let's say if we didn't subscribe to racism, or we didn't subscribe to sexisms and all of these isms, as I call them. Let's say that we didn't subscribe to all of these isms. Then guess what? Over a course of time, once we become acclimated and settle into not believing in the isms, then those isms is not going to be present in your life. What you subscribe to, that at the frequency resonance that you subscribe to, that is what's going to be frequent in your life. So if you subscribe to prosperity, if you subscribe to wealth, if you stop believing in what has been put out there to debilitate us, as if to say, okay, well, you know, I'm a minority. You're not a minority. Okay, don't believe what people tell you, or you're black. You're not black. Right? I don't subscribe to those things. Me personally, that was created in a low vibratorial conceptualized in a low vibratorial frequency. I don't subscribe to those things anymore. You can't tell me who I am. It's who I tell myself who I am. Right? Because ultimately, yes, even though we exist in this realm, but we are our own world within a world. So we could create what it is that we want to experience in this dimension, in this lifetime, in this whatever you want to call it. We have the control over that. We have the control of what will be our experience and what is not going to be our experience. We have the power of that. That is what has been taken away from us with all of the lies and everything that has been told to us. And the lies, that the reason why the lies were told to us, and I explained this in one of my videos, I can't remember which one, is that the earthbound people had to lie in order to be able to create their heaven on earth, because the truth of the matter is this is their hell, because they can't leave. They don't have the freedom to leave. So they had to put debilitative belief systems out there for you to acknowledge and agree to within your own free will, in order for them to have a simulated version of their of heaven on earth. Because now they have an illusionary power over you that is not you. They really don't have the power over you, right? And they put fear, because you don't know yourself. You fear death, you fear this, you fear that. But if you didn't fear death, and if you didn't, they know that, man, if I kill her, then she's free. She's free to go. You know what I'm saying? She's free to leave. You know what I'm saying? And, they want this in somewhat to be somewhat of a punishment, to us, because they're, infinitely punished because they can't leave. So all of the things that we subscribe to in terms of the racism, saying that racism exists. Racism is an illusion. It doesn't have to exist in your world. In your world, it doesn't have to exist, because everything, all is mental. So it doesn't have to exist in your world here. And if it doesn't exist in your world here, then it's not going to manifest in the material for you as an experience for you, right? Yes, for those who believe in racism, yes, then that's going to be their truth. That's going to be their experience. That's what they're going to see. So you can't say to them, though, that's not true. It doesn't exist. It exists for them because they have a belief system in it. They have a belief in it. They subscribe to it. So it's not for you to say that racism it's not true. You can't say that, because we have the power to create truth. We have a power to create our reality. So when you hear a person say that it exists, yes, it does exist for them. But does it have to exist for you? No, it doesn't have to exist for you. It doesn't have to exist for you unless you subscribe to it. All of the poverty, in terms of poverty, they make you feel like, okay, you're less than, if you're this, they cause a separation, they put you in groups and this and that or whatever. So you have to ask myself, does this feel good? Does this resonate with the being of who I truly am? And if it doesn't resonate with the being of who you truly are, and you just decided to believe in it because that was constantly told to you that was what it was, then yes, that's going to be your reality, because guess what? The power is within you to create a reality of what you want. And if you are creating a reality based off of what you believe in and you subscribe to, then that's what you're going to manifest in your life and bring into fruition, right? But if you equally decide to say, no, I don't subscribe to that belief system. I'm very wealthy. I don't subscribe to not being able to have my heaven on earth as well as my heavens in the heavens. I can do either or either because I am a free being, right? So when you understand it from that perspective, or pretty much understand it from that perspective, all things will start to come into play. Right? Because then now you're getting back to the truth of who you really are, the resonance in which you enter into this dimension at a higher frequency. You're going to start to remember how it is, what you are here for, what you came for. Right? You're going to start to remember all of these things. Because when you start shedding off of the debilitors that are here to oppress you, to keep you down, because they need to have their heaven on earth because they can't leave. When you start shedding that, then that changes the dynamics of your world. And then in your world, within this world, you can make a contribution at a frequency that is beneficial to the collective consciousness, to the collective mind, to whatever you want to call it. Whatever, it has many names, has many senses of understanding, but whatever it is that you want to call it, you will find that you don't have to subscribe to politics, you don't have to subscribe to religion, you don't have to subscribe to the things, but the most important thing that you should subscribe to is the truth. And that truth should come from within, based on the resonance that you entered into this dimension. When you came here, you decided that you was going to come here. For many of us, we decided that we were going to come here to help, right? To help those that are in bondage here. Because guess what? In a real sense of a frequency perspective, an energy perspective, in what we possess, we are free beings, right? We're not held captive here in this dimension. So we came here and with that knowledge of knowing that we would be able to leave, but being that this dimension is such a low vibratorial dimension, it suppressed a lot of what the memory that we had coming into it. But it was up to us. But we knew, becoming activated, that we would eventually remember, because we send signs to ourselves. We send people to ourselves. We send many different things along our journey to help us find the truth that is within, for us to be able to connect the dots, right? So, when you sit down and you have a moment with yourself, and I'm going to say, I'm not a person that meditates, and I'm not a person that, does all of these, guridic things that is out there. Not to say that those things doesn't help, because there are some people that needs to do those things in order for them to remember. That's what they set out for themselves, in order for them to come to the remembrance of who they truly are. So there's nothing wrong with it. Understand that everybody come into their memory, or come back into their remembrance in many different ways. So you don't have to follow a trend. I'm just saying, be you, be yourself. You don't have to follow a trend to say, okay, this is how I'm going to come into memory. If this helps you and you decide to do it, then that's amazing. But it's equally okay for you to just simply say, I want to know the truth. I want to know the truth. And when you become at the resonance of when the truth start hitting you and different things of that nature, it'll start activating the truth, the DNA within you, the memory and the DNA within you, so that you could come to yourself, into the knowing of yourself. Because the most important thing in this whole entirety of sense of understanding is to know thyself. You don't have to get into no arguments with people that are religious based, because I was once a religious based person in terms of cultivation, because I came into a home that was a Baptist minister. He was a Baptist. My grandfather was a Baptist minister. I was raised in the church, but there was always something that resided in me that was like, something ain't right about this setup. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just always I was off. And every time that I would try to get myself, acclimated to that sense of understanding, I would fail miserably, because I knew that something was off about the knowledge and the teachings. It did not resonate with me. So these are the experiences that you're going to go through. But you got to ask yourself, what am I subscribing to? What is my belief systems? My belief is creating my reality. All is mental. Why am I here? Right? Why am I here? Okay, you're here to help. For those who are crystalline beings, for those who are crystals beings, those who are eumelanated beings, we came here to help, right? We came here to help. It's your free will, whether or not if you want to do that or not, but we did come here to help. Okay, so that's, and you have the ability to leave. Right? You're not a slave. You're not enslaved. The only thing that they were able to do is enslave your mind. And guess what? You did that by your own free will, because you chose to believe in something that they told you, and you allow fear to make that belief a truth. But as long as you come from underneath the fear factor of things and realize that you are the power, you have the power, you are connected to source. If you understand that aspect of who you are just on the smallest of scale, it will change the dynamic of how you believe and how you perceive things and your perception of things. And then in turn, as a result of that change, your life will definitely change. Your experience here on earth will definitely change, even as oppressed and condensed and the density of this dimension is. You could still have your heaven on earth and make them realize that, yes, you tried to create a hell for me, but I'm not, this is your hell. This is not my hell. You understand what I'm saying? I have the power here as well as out in the cosmos to create a reality that I want to create for myself. I have the power to do that. And we for me, I'm not mad. A lot of times people will say, oh, you get upset and you get mad. And by right, you should be mad. You should be mad. I mean, that's a natural response. But I'm not mad, because let me tell you something. If I had to weigh out the fact of being mad and being at peace, when I was able to take different sources from different peoples and different information from different peoples and come put it together for it to resonate with the who I am and make sense, whoo, it's like I could breathe. Waiting to exhale. That's how you feel when you are trying to acquire the sense of truth that you need. It's like you're waiting to exhale, and then once you're able to exhale, it's like, oh, what a relief it is. And it makes so much sense. It makes a whole lot of sense. So that's my experience. And everything that I'm saying to you guys right now is my opinion. It's my experience. And it's just, to give you a sense of knowing of who you are within yourself and how the powers that are within you can create a reality that you truly want to have in this existence, in this experience. You just have to understand what you are subscribing to and the frequency that comes along with that subscription. That's the thing. What is a frequency? Is it high in vibratorial frequency or is it low in vibratorial frequency, right? You have to get that sense of knowledge and understanding, and how you are able to determine whether if it's high or low is like, how does it feel? When I think about racism, and when I think about sexism, when I think about poverty, when I think about they call me black, when I think about they call me a minority, when I think about the 13th Amendment, when I think about the Constitution, when I think about I can't breathe and all this kind of stuff, and Black Lives Matter and all that goes into it, I have to say, yes, I do understand that for the people that believe in this system, these are the things that has to take place. These are the things that has to be cultivated, because there's a belief system in it that created this reality, that created these things, that created all of these ills, right? Because they put it out there for it to have that effect. But what if I just stop believing into it and start believing into the success of who I am? Start to believe in me, what heaven on earth looks like to me, in terms of being at the beach, being on the island, things that put a smile on my face, having a cookout, or, going to a nice, fine dining, or, giving back to humanity, doing charity work, being involved in charity work, and putting smiles on people's faces, acquire to become a sense of financial freedom where you can give back to others, to raise their vibration by putting a smile on their face and sending little notes and tell them that, okay, you can be whatever you want to be. This is not your situation. Don't believe that this is your situation. Always believe that this is your better than this. If a person is in a low vibratorial situation, and teach them what energetically, vibrationally, in frequency, then that could be my reality. Those things and that makes me feel good, that puts a smile on my face, that don't make me sad. Those are the things that I subscribe to now. I subscribe to the things that makes me high in frequency, that puts a smile on my face, that makes me happy. That's what I subscribe to. If I don't want to do something, I don't do it. If I don't feel to do something, I don't do it. I don't go against the truth of who I am to make anybody and everybody else happy. I don't do that. So we have a sense of that power, that we have to now reverse the effects of what we've been taught and told, and come back into the true knowing of who we are. I know I talk with my eyes closed because I'm so passionate about what I'm saying, and I want to make sure because I visualize it in my mind, and I want to make sure that I get it all out. And so, that's all I have to say. I hope what I'm saying is making sense. It's clear and cogent. I think we are a beautiful people, and we are here to assist and help those who are ready to be, to help. And it's about the knowledge, and you don't have to necessarily commingle with, a person if you're not, physically attracted to that person or anything like that. But you could give the knowledge, you could put it out there, you could make them know that you know who you are. And be strong in it, speak in authority. Don't be asking for nothing. You could command what you want. You could speak with authority to get the things that you want in your life, because you have that power. You are not powerless, contrary to what they want you to believe. You are very powerful beings, right? You're not black, you're not white. It's you melanin or phenomelanin, right? If you want to know the scientific terms of it. But you are who you are within yourself, your world within the worlds, right? So peace and love, everybody. It's a beautiful day in Zamunda. I'm about to get ready to go and set up for my son's graduation. And we're going to have an amazing day. Happy Sunday. And I just want to say, we're gonna get through this together. I'm gonna shout out all of the people that has contributed to me having this sense of understanding. Shout out to Ashira. She's thebomb.com. Y'all go check out her channel. Ashira Star Goddess YouTube channel. She is thebomb.com, y'all. I'm telling y'all. Shout out to Ralph Smart. He's thebomb.com too. Everybody knows about the 7-day vegan challenge. That is very imperative and important with the changes that are coming along, that are coming along environmentally. That is connected to our physical health. We need to really get on board with that, including myself. And forbidden knowledge. I will say, in terms of forbidden knowledge, you can go to Forbidden Knowledge TV with the 4. It's the number 4, Forbidden Knowledge TV. You could go to Forbidden Knowledge TV. And I'm going to tell you something, that's some real deep stuff that's over there. When you are ready to really know the true essence of this existence, which has been totally a lie. Yes, there are alien beings out there outside of us. Yes to all of the stuff that are astrological in nature that they told us not to become a part of, that it was evil to know. All of those are lies. They are very significant into our existence in this planet and what's going on right now. And I've always known that. And they always try to dispel it and dismiss it because they didn't want the people to know the truth. And it's sad. It's a very sad situation. But, if you want the knowledge, if you want the truth, these are the 3 people that has been consistent in my journey, in me being able to connect the dots. Primarily Ashera. I have to say I learned a lot more in these past few months dealing with Ashera and her knowledge and her understanding beyond a sense of, it's like, whoa, like it was amazing. It is amazing, and it's still amazing. She's amazing, and I want everybody to really go check out all three, you know, because it's everybody have their point of reference to you finding yourself within the truth of yourself. At least that's my opinion in regards to that. So with that being said, peace and love, everybody. And I hope you guys having an amazing day. Have an amazing Sunday. Enjoy your day. And think about what you subscribe to. It's very important for you to understand. Is it high in frequency? Was the conception of it low in frequency or high in frequency? And that should be your determination, how it makes you feel when you think about it. The first feeling that you get when you think about it. And then when you get that feeling, ask yourself, is it low vibrate? Is it mad, make it angry, make it sad? Or does it make you excited and happy? Because when you're excited and happy, that's high frequency, that's high vibration. That's how you determine. That's one of the ways. All right. Love you guys. And I should commence to talking with you guys later. All right. Bye.